What's up guys, Team APS here, and we have another extra special structure deck battle for you guys. I've got Sacred Beasts.
And I've got a deck that people know I've actually used in real life, Spirit Charmers, because my spirit is very charming.
Speaking of real life, I'm fairly certain you've seen some of our structure deck duels before. If you haven't, checking them out, they're all great.
And as always, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, try this out yourselves.
And before we get in, check out my hoodie, man.
It's a nice hoodie.
Yeah, we have attribute hoodies. We have them in all the attributes, many different colors. Check them out, link in the description.
And with that, let's move on to the deck building.
Time to do it.
Let's do it. So I know nothing about the structure deck, but as far as the archetype as a whole, I know that they're spellcasters. I'm going to speak more on the Familiar Possessed side, not the Charmer side. I know about the Charmers, but they're not really my taste. But the Familiar Possessed are 1850 spellcasters of different attributes. Typically, they can be summoned from the deck, and when they're summoned by their summoning condition, they gain piercing damage, which isn't that great. But outside of that, just being 1850 level 4 monsters is really good. They have a trap card called Unpossessed, which basically says that when they do battle, when they attack, they get 800 attack points, which is pretty big for a level 4. Is now almost 3,000 attack. And if they die, they just bring one out. So they just keep floating there pretty good. I used to play the deck. I've actually taken it to regions before. I was kind of proud of it. I think I went to X2. Didn't get my invite though because I was trash. But I'm kind of excited to play this deck and see how it goes. Last time I opened the structure deck, I heard that there was like a token in each one, like a token in the middle. There's a token. Alright, I'm pretty much putting down. Also, it's pretty much whatever token you get, so that's kind of cool.
Alex is over here, like, more excited to see the opening than anything.
I've got a Familiar Possessed Heater. It's an ultra rare. Special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending one face-up Heater to fire a Charmer and one face-up fire monster you control to the graveyard. If this card is special summoned by its own effect, it gets piercing damage. This is the Nefarious Archfiend. He's a Nefarious-er Archfiend. He's the bigger level 4 Archfiend guy. It's really good. Pretty much all of the bigger level 5 monsters like these do the same thing when they're sent to the graveyard. They just search. And I'm pretty sure this is the burn one. This is their field spell, which is cool. It's a one time omnigate, but it's mandatory. This is the good card, you guys. This card right here. Spirit Charmers is a quick play. Discard one card, take 2 cards from your deck with different names from each other, add one of them to your hand, and set the other. This card's really good. This is the card you want. I'm playing 6 of these. I don't care what he says. Possess Partnerships. Special summon one spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your hand or graveyard in attack or face down defense position. Then if you control monsters with 2 or more different attributes, you can destroy one face-up card on the field. Also doesn't target. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target one possessed continuous spell trap in your graveyard, place it face-up on your field. Here are the little Charmers I tell you guys about. They're flip effects. This is a little guy. Basically, whenever he's in the graveyard, during your opponent's end phase, you can blow up one card you control, one monster you control, and then special summon him from the graveyard. He's pretty awesome. When he dies, he specials from the deck. He's pretty cool. When this one dies by card effect, you can special something from the graveyard. When this one dies, it's special one from the graveyard.
So I'm playing the Sacred Beast structure. You guys have seen me play it before. If you don't know, I'll let you know. The Sacred Beast structure has a very strong engine built inside that help you just bring out these large, powerful Sacred Beast monsters, but also it has support spells and traps to make these monsters even better. It gives them negates, pops, it boosts their attacks. It's very consistent. The question is, will he be able to out my Sacred Beast once I get them out? Because I will, and I'll get them out fast. I wish I had the, oh, there it is. So first up is Raviel, Lord of Phantasm, Shimmering Scraper. Instead of getting a retrained spell or trap like the other two, he got an actual monster. Shimmering Scraper, just like it, I think it doubles like a Raviel's attack. So Raviel swings like 8k when this thing's in the hand, but it's also a Raviel in its own right. So it's a monster and a hand trap. Uriah and Haman, both very meh cards normally. This deck will let me summon all of these guys ad nauseum. They'll even let me summon this. Untitled the Chaos Phantasm. It's hard to really make a good case for this card because as you can see it has 0 attack, but it can't be destroyed by battle. And during my turn, it gains 10k. And now we get into like the retrains, like okay, Cerulean Skyfire. This gives Haman like gives him a negate. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but none of these guys can negate anything, so Cerulean is a must-have. Then Hyperblaze makes Uriah playable because it really wasn't before. You can use your face down traps to let it gain attack. Actually, I think you could even get something about traps in the grave, something like that. Okay, then we're into like the engine monsters. Chaos Core, Dark Beckoning Beast, Chaos Summoning Beast, Dark Summoning Beast. I'm not gonna go too far into it. Just know these guys make an engine that will let me turbo out my Sacred Beast. The best thing in this deck that's not hollow, Opening of the Spirit Gates. It's our search spell. It's really useful. This should have been an ultra rare in this deck. I don't know why it wasn't. Oh yeah, and Awakening of the Sacred Beast. This is our win more card. It's really cool, but it only gets effects depending on how many Sacred Beasts you have in the field. It can negate all your opponent's monsters. It can increase your life points, and it acts as a macrocosmos. But you need to have 3 Sacred Beasts on the field. It's hard to use, but if I'm gonna win this, I wanna win with this.
This video is sponsored by Ridge Wallets. You can pick up a new Ridge wallet today at the link in the video description. And if you use the code APS10, you'll get 10% off.
Normal summon Fairy Tale Luna and activate its effect. It allows me to search a monster with 1850. What's called normal summon? At one spellcaster with 1850 attack from my deck to my hand. I'm going to search another Fairy Tale Luna because it does not say except for Fairy Tale Luna. Activate my Secret Village of the Spellcasters. If only you control the spellcaster monster, your opponent can activate spell cards. If you control no spellcaster monster, you cannot activate spell cards. Set 1 in the back row. In my turn.
Draw. So I'll normal summon my Dark Beckoning Beast.
What does that do?
It'll search one of Sacred Beasts to my hand. And it'll give me an extra normal summon of a Fiend monster. Oh yeah, or any card that lists them in its card effect. We get an Awakening of the Sacred Beast.
Oh gosh, that card is, I hate that card, bro.
So I'll use my extra normal summon to summon Chaos Summoning Beast.
Pause, what does that do?
Alright, so Chaos Summoning Beast can be tributed to summon Uriah, Raviel, or Haman from the hand. And it can be banished from the grave to add a Fallen Paradise to hand. So then I'll activate Chaos's effect.
To tribute itself?
Yep.
It's off the field.
And I'll special summon Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder.
Crazy, bro. That is crazy. Alright, what you got?
So Haman has 4K. If it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the GY, I inflict 1,000 damage to you. And that's while it's in attack position. When it's in defense position, it can be the only monster you target for attacks. Effective Chaos Summoning Beast.
That's when it gets the field spell, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead.
Enter battle. Haman with 4K attacks your Fairy Tale.
Activate effect to try to bounce to both of us.
I can send one to negate it.
Oh, you know what you're choosing to do?
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to take 2150?
Yes. And effective.
I'll take 1,000, don't I?
Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah, I'll take 1,000.
Now I'll move to main phase 2. I'll activate my Fallen Paradise. So now my Uriah, Haman, or Raviel, they can't be targeted by card effects. And if I control one of them or any of them, I can draw 2 cards. Draw 2. So now I'll activate my Cerulean Skyfire.
What's that even do?
Never mind. Usually you'd have to summon this guy by tributing 3 face-up spells, but now you can also tribute 3 face-down spells. Once per turn while I control an attack position Haman, I can negate any spell or trap effect that you activate, then change Haman to defense position.
Oh my god, I've just lost.
Now I'll set 2 cards face down. Power Desires. 4, 6, 8, 10.
You're good.
Draw 2. Alright, I pass.
Normal summon.
My Awakening of the Sacred Beast. Because I control 1 Sacred Beast monster, each time you normal or special, I will gain life points equal to its attack.
Alright, so you don't get off this one, but you will get off the next one. I got you.
Yes.
I'm activating effect, of course, to search for 1850.
Yes.
We're still in the chain, so I'm gonna chain Twin Twisters and attempt to target these 2.
So I will chain my Cerulean Skyfire to negate your Twin Twisters and switch to defense.
Resolving that effect. It's so bad. I'm gonna get the 3rd one because why wouldn't I play 3? Gotta try some stuff here. We're gonna for the Grand Spiritual Art. Negate your opponent's first monster effect that resolves each turn while you control the spellcaster monster with 1500 defense. You can reveal 1 spellcaster type monster from your hand. If you do, add 1 monster with the same attribute but with 1500 attack, 200 defense from your deck to your hand. If you do that, shuffle the reveal card into the deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. Go.
Draw for turn. So I'll activate my trap. Escape from a dark dimension. So I'll target a banished dark monster and special summon it. I'll target my Chaos Summoning Beast.
Indeed.
Next, I will activate my Fallen Paradise. Draw 2. Power Desires. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Draw 2. I activate the effect of my Chaos Summoning Beast. I'll tribute it to special summon Uriah.
Okay.
Uriah gains 1,000 for each continuous trap in my graveyard. I think I have 1. So yeah, so this 1 so that's 1,000. So I switch to attack position my Haman.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then our Awakening, so I have 2. It'll negate the activated effects of your monsters. So I'll enter battle. Haman will attack.
So that's another 2150, right? And then the
Yes.
3150 actually.
1,000 with Haman, with Uriah. Main phase 2, I will set 1 card face down. Yeah, in there.
All right, draw for turn. Set one and say go.
Draw for turn. Enter battle. Haman attacks, and it'll burn for game.
All right, so game 1. I'm going to start my turn by activating Terraforming. Grand Spiritual Art. Each rhyme. Negate your opponent's first monster effect that resolves each turn while you control a spellcaster with 1500 defense. During your main phase, you can reveal 1 spellcaster monster from your hand. If you do, add 1 monster with the same attribute, but with 1500 attack, 200 defense from your deck to your hand. If you do that, shuffle the reveal card into the deck. I'm going to go ahead and activate it, because you know things. I'm going to normal summon Fairy Tale Luna, activate effect to search an 1850 attack. I'm going to get also, it's Earth. And the reason why I'm going to do that actually is because then I'm going to reveal that to get the Nefarious. That's what's going to happen. And that goes back into the deck, I'm pretty sure. Next, I'm going to activate Spirit Charmer, my new quick play, which allows me to discard 1 card and take 2 cards from my deck with different names from each other that are Charmer monsters, familiar possessed monsters, and or possessed spell trap cards. Add 1 of them to my hand and set the other. Unpossessed, and so I'm going to get Unpossessed and I'm going to get Possessed Partnership. I'm going to set the Unpossessed and I'm going to add this one to the hand. Since I control the spellcaster, I'm going to special summon Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefarious instances. Contact Summon, I want to assume that's what it's called, to bring out my Awakening of the Possessed Nefarious Archfiend. Special summon this card from your hand or deck by sending 1 face of a spellcaster monster and 1 face of level 4 lower earth monster you control to the graveyard. When this card is special summoned by its effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower monster from your graveyard but negate its effects. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 spiritual earth art card or 1 possessed spell trap from your deck to your hand. So I'm going to use the effect on summon and I'm going to target my Gigabyte. Then after that, I'm going to set 2 cards to my back row, in phase, in turn.
Alright, draw for turn. I will activate my Opening of the Spirit Gates. It'll let me add a Uriah, Raviel, or Haman, or a card that lists them in its text to my hand. I'll add a Dark Beckoning Beast because it does list them. Now, normal summon Dark Beckoning Beast and activate its effect. It'll add a Uriah, Raviel, Haman, or a card that lists it to my hand. I'll add Cerulean Skyfire, and it lets me get an extra normal summon of a Fiend monster this turn. So I will use that normal summon on my Chaos Summoning Beast, and I'll attempt to activate its effect to tribute and special summon a Sacred Beast from my hand.
Tribute cost. I have a response.
Solemn
Warning.
So I'll set 1 and phase.
I'm going to activate Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness. On the end phase, it allows me to, allows me to destroy 1 monster I control, target 1 monster, which I'm going to target Gigabyte, destroy it, and then I expect some Nefarious from the graveyard. I'm going to chain Unpossessed to that as well. Anytime a monster on my side of the field is destroyed, once per turn, I can special summon 1 monster from my deck with 1850, with 1500 defense. 1 spellcaster from my deck with 1500 defense. Also, whenever my familiar possessed monsters attack, they gain 800 attack. This will come out by popping this, and so this will activate and this will activate. So this will let me special one another 1500 attack, 200 defense one besides itself from the deck. This let me special summon 1500 defense spellcaster from the deck. I'm going to special summon the Rain Review off of that, and then off the Unpossessed, we're going to get the. I'm going to draw for turn. This into attack mode. Attempt to move towards battle. I'm going to attempt to swing with my familiar possessed Hita.
I'll take it.
It'll be 2650. I'm going to swing for 1500 with my Ranryu. 1500 with my Nefarious Archfiend. 2000 with the Nefarious Main phase 2. In phase. Yeah, in phase, in turn.
Draw for turn. So I'll activate the effect of my Chaos Summoning Beast Engrave. I'll banish it to add a Fallen Paradise to my hand.
It's negated.
Oh yeah, the first thing I do. That's right. I forgot. Coincidence that I'll be normal summoning a Chaos Summoning Beast. So I activate the effect of my Chaos Summoning Beast to tribute for cost and summon a Sacred Beast from hand. So I'll get Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. And I'll activate my Cerulean Skyfire. So now I can negate, when it's in attack position, I can negate a spell or trap card. Enter battle. I'll have Haman attack your Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness.
Alright, I'll take 25 or 35 technically because I'm 15.
Yeah, because then it burns for an extra 1,000.
So 35. Effect of Unpossessed.
Yes.
Since now that happened, I'll get that one.
Then I will move to main phase 2. Set 1. Pass.
In phase, Nefarious Archfiend of Nefariousness are going to target the Ranryu.
Yes.
To pop it and special summon itself. And then the Ranryu will get Gigabyte. I'm going to draw for turn. Activate Spellbook of Knowledge. Target the Asa
Okay.
Draw into 2 cards. Going to activate Awakening of the Possessed.
What is that?
Monster you control gain 3 attack for each different attribute you control. Charmer for me, possessed monster you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a spellcaster monster with 1850 original attack is normal special summon to your field, draw 1 card.
So they're all getting 9.
Yes. Normal summon Fairy Tale Luna.
They're all getting 12.
And then also, I'm going to use this effect. So chain link 1, chain link 2. For me, possess Heater. And then I have to draw a card after it resolves. So I'm going to draw a card. Activate that effect to reveal the Heater to search my deck for a 50 attack, 200 defense monster with the same attribute. I'm going to get the Inari Fire. Then I am going to attempt to activate Fairy Tale Luna's effect to target itself and the Haman to bounce them both back to the hand. You can send a Haman from your deck to the graveyard to negate that effect.
I will send a Haman.
Then I'm going to send these 2 to the graveyard to contact summon another one of these. So actually I want to use the effect to special summon this one.
Alright.
That cool?
Yes.
I want to send both of these to the graveyard to contact summon.
Man, this is just a lot.
That one. And this one says, when this card is special summoned by its effect, inflict damage to your opponent to the original attack of one monster they control when the target of the Haman.
Oh.
4K. Game 3.
So I'll start by activating my opening of the Spirit Gates. It'll let me add a Uriah, Haman, Raviel, or a card that lists them. I'll search my Dark Beckoning Beast. So now I'll normal summon the Dark Beckoning Beast. First add a card, a Uriah, Raviel, Haman, or a card that lists them. Chaos Summoning Beast. And it gives me an extra normal summon, so I'll summon my Chaos Summoning Beast.
That's so rude that it gives you an extra normal summon.
And I'll activate its effect to tribute and special summon a Sacred Beast from the hand. Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. Now activate the effect of my Chaos Summoning Beast to banish to add Fallen Paradise. Add Fallen Paradise to hand. Activate Fallen Paradise.
Cool.
And I'll use this effect to draw 2. And
one card
they can't be targeted by card effects. Whenever you normal summon a monster, I can special summon a Raviel token. Okay. He can tribute 1 monster and it gains attack equal to that monster's original attack. The tokens have 1,000.
Yeah, I thought so.
And I will set 3 cards face down.
You're kidding me.
And I pass.
Draws. Normal summon Witch of the Black Forest. Because, you know.
And I will chain my...
You're not chaining.
Awakening.
You don't chain to a normal summon. Just by, you can activate, you're just not chaining. Please don't say you're chaining.
I am activating my Awakening of the Sacred Beast. Now, whenever you normal or special summon a monster, I'll gain life points equal to its attack.
Well, let's keep going. I'm going to special summon I'm going to go ahead and special summon this one. You get 1,500. Contact summon. Get that one. I'm also going to get this effect too. Oh, wow, I can get in level 4 a little more. So I'm going to get Witch of the Black Forest effect, which is really hilarious about that.
Alright. Oh, so I'll also gain his attack.
I'm just gonna get Inari Fire because you know I can do that, and I'm gonna bring back the Witch. Move towards battle. I'm going to attempt to attack your Dark Beckoning. Yeah, I'm gonna still punch over that one.
So I have 0 attack.
Yeah, so you take 2K in phase.
So Mystical Space Type.
You're so rude.
And draw. So activate the effect of my Fallen Paradise to draw 2. Activate the effect of my Raviel to tribute 1 monster, and it'll gain that monster's attack. So I'll tribute this Phantasm token. It had 1,000, so he's gaining 1,000 for 5,000 attack.
Pretty good, it's pretty good.
And we will enter battle, and Raviel will attack your, I can barely pronounce its name.
Nefarious effect of Nefarious, whenever it's into the graveyard, I can add a possessed spell or trap from my deck to my hand.
Yes.
Or 1 spiritual art.
And I'll move to main phase 2, set 1, and I'll activate my Cerulean Skyfire.
Oh my gosh.
And I pass.
Effect. Load this up to special summon itself, which will activate to search. I got Gigabyte. I'm gonna draw for turn. Standby phase in main phase. Normal summon Heater.
Effective Raviel and Awakening. Raviel will summon a token. And Awakening, I'll gain 1850.
Special summon. Contact summon. Effect on summon. Contact summon. But you're also gonna take 4.
Oh yeah. You're gonna need using Inari's effect, right?
And I'm also gonna search. Get that one. Because you know, why not? Set 1 back row. Attempt to move towards end phase.
Activate Mystical Space Typhoon.
I'm about to scoop, Paul. I'm just about to scoop. There's literally no reason for me to do this.
I mean, it's up to you. You can do what you want.
I concede. On camera.
Alright, well that's game.
Okay, so that is the duel. So thoughts on the Charmer structure deck?
Cards are pretty. The deck is horrible.
I mean, Sacred Beasts, man.
Yeah,
they're big.
I won't say the deck is horrible. Let me. It's underwhelming. I'll say that. I love the art of the cards, and somebody who actually plays the deck, like I don't know why they didn't give us a win in the water. I feel like they would have given us a better matchup. Sacred Beasts they're just huge, and the deck just can't out huge untargetable things. So the matchup was probably what made it seem really bad, because the cards are cool, but they just don't do enough on their own.
It was very interesting. They recycled through their cards really fast. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's like I said before, Sacred Beasts are going to summon big guys. You have to be able to out them quickly. And, them's the breaks.
Still going to pick up the cards because I want to play them. I'm going to play them my own way, of course. But standalone, not good. Good job, Alec, in the duel. Thank you, Konami.